Hey, how's it going, everyone? What is up? Welcome back to the channel and your daily dose of Mortal Kombat 11 news and discussions. Today I wanted to talk about something a little weird, a little different, something that we shouldn't really be talking about yet, but I still am for some reason. I wanted to talk about the end of Mortal Kombat 11 and whether or not Kombat Pack 3 is actually the end. Will Kombat Pack 3 move us in to the next NRS game, whether it's Injustice 3 or a Marvel fighting game or Marvel vs. DC, whatever the hell it is. I know it is way too early to be talking about this, and we'll know a lot more about it based on how Kombat Pack 3 releases, whether it's with 3 characters or 5, or hell, even 6, I don't know. We know that there are 5 in the data files already, but we'll know a lot more when it's actually announced. But before we get into all that, I do want to promote my Twitch channel, link in the description down below to that. If you guys like to come chill, play some video games with me, more than likely fighting games, link in the description down below. I try to stream every other day. We will be live today playing some Dragon Ball FighterZ, so if you guys are interested in that, again, link in the description down below. And if you don't feel like clicking on links right now, twitch.tv/TutinTV. But let's go ahead and jump into this one. So Mortal Kombat 11 has had the longest lifespan out of any NRS game that we've gotten. Most of the NRS games have lasted around 2 years since MK9. We got MK9 in 2011, Injustice 1 in 2013, MKX in 2015, Injustice 2 in 2017, and MK11 in 2019. And now we're in 2021 and no new NRS game has been announced. We have no announcement. Realistically, if there was going to be another NRS game this year, it would have been announced last year. So we know that MK11 is going to last through this year, because they're not just going to let the game die and not give us anything for a whole nother year. That's just not how NRS has operated since 2011. We've always gotten DLC up until the point where the next game was announced. So that realistically means that we at least have 1 or 2 combat packs left. It's going to be a lot easier to give the answer to this once we know how big Kombat Pack 3 is. My theory for Kombat Pack 3 is that we're going to get a 6-character combat pack or a 5-character combat pack, as I've talked about. We know that there are 5 characters still left in the data files, in the, code. There are 5 characters there, 5 character slots. So we know that they're there, and it's at least going to be a 5-character combat pack. So my theory is they're going to make this 5-character combat pack last over the next year. It's going to span kind of like Kombat Pack 1 did, except, a little bit shorter because there's only 5 characters. They're going to make it stretch over the next year as long as they can, and probably when the last character is released, not too long after that, they're probably going to reveal the next game. Because I feel like MK11 has kind of, I wouldn't say overstayed its welcome, but I think its lifespan is coming to an end. I think NRS actually notices it too. MK11 has kind of reached the peak of how many people are playing it, even with more DLC. It hasn't been the most well-designed Mortal Kombat game or fighting game that we've ever gotten from NRS, and I think they've heard that. And I don't think they're going to cut it short based on that, but I feel like this was a test, right? This lifespan for MK11 was a test. I think they're going to make it last an extra year than every other NRS game, and then they're going to give us this last combat pack and lead us into the announcement for the next game. Now, with what shall not be named, it probably is very hard to develop another video game, a whole new game, and build it from the ground up, when I don't even think they're back in the studios yet, thanks to everything that's going on. But they do already have the groundwork laid, the foundation laid to actually produce and make these games. So I feel like they have a lot easier time making the next NRS game, opposed to another company that would be starting their first game and have to build it from the ground up. So I definitely think it is still very possible with everything going on that we would still get another NRS game on their schedule. Now, with everything that happened, I'm sure that did hinder DLC, I'm sure that did hinder, the creation of that, getting all the voice and everything else done, but I feel like we've been far enough into this where everybody's had to find a workaround, that getting the voice lines done, getting the characters made, getting everything worked out with the foundation that they already have to actually make these games, I don't think it would be that difficult. So I think Kombat Pack 3 is more than likely going to be the last Kombat Pack for MK11. I think this is going to be the end of the game, and I think it's going to be promoted as such. I feel like it's taking a while because they want to perfect everything that they're doing as far as marketing and everything else, making sure it's being promoted very well and being promoted correctly. I do think MK11 Kombat Pack 3 will lead us into the announcement for the next NRS game, whether it's Injustice 3 or, as I hope, a Marvel fighting game. I do believe Kombat Pack 3 will be the end. And you know, that's not such a bad thing. I don't think that MK11 actually ending is a bad thing. I feel like them moving on from this game and continuing to evolve and make better fighting games and learn what they did wrong from fighting game to fighting game is better. You know, as I've thought about it, as I've come to, you know, realize I don't think a longer lifespan for these games is better. I think the 2-year lifespan that they had going on is the best, and I hope they realize that too, but I guess we'll just have to see. But I do want to know what you guys think about this. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you think that Kombat Pack 3 will be the end of MK11? I definitely think so, and I want to hear what you guys have to say. Are you cool with that? Are you guys alright with that? Do you want to move on to the next NRS game? Let me know. Also, if you enjoyed the video, if you enjoyed the discussion, make sure to leave a like on the video, and for more discussions like this involving NRS, Mortal Kombat, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn those notifications on. I really appreciate it, and it helps keep us going. But with that being said, that's going to do it for this video. Huge shout out to my supporters, YSM Dino, The Thinny, MasterVex PC, Sir D, Patrick Thompson, Frank the Tank H2O, and Ricky Laughlin. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. I really appreciate y'all. Hope you guys enjoyed the video again. That's going to do it for me. I've been your host. My name is Tootin, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.